Hi, I'm Michael Hanley, the Managing Director of Newleaf Technologies, an end-to-end e-learning solutions agency based in South Africa. We're passionate about helping companies elevate their training to reach its full online potential. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the 9 e-learning trends you should keep an eye on while developing your learning and development strategy for 2023. I hope this video serves to inspire you and help you craft memorable learning experiences. I'm really excited to see what transpires across the e-learning community in the year ahead. The topics I'll outline are only a few of my predictions and are in no specific order. I'm super curious to hear what yours are too. Reach out to us and let me know if we've missed anything or if you have anything to add. So let's focus our lens on the e-learning trends for 2023. Dynamic learning experiences. First up, the number one trend I believe will make the biggest impact is dynamic learning experiences, which is the personalized and adaptive delivery of a specified learning path. It's fair to say that a simple cookie-cutter online course is no longer in demand. We're seeing more and more customizable learning experiences being built to a client's exact specifications to suit individual learners, courses that are created to fit the brand and energy of the client perfectly rather than a one-size-fits-all approach. Everything we learn should be intentional with purpose, catering for different learning styles, comprehension, context, and preferences. It's a completely personalized way to learn, which bodes well for engagement, knowledge retention, and more. Dynamic learning experiences outline and define the relationships between the content activities and their most effective order. This information adapts to each individual based on a series of defined rules to provide a just-in-time experience. It uses algorithms to detect a user's needs and provides personalized learning experiences. This learner-centric and accelerated approach to content delivery can greatly reduce the overall learning time and increase knowledge uptake that addresses the individual's knowledge gaps. Learning analytics and training intelligence. Data can give us tremendous insights into how, what, and why learners learn. The impact that training delivered has on skills, behavior, a company's culture, and ultimately the training interventions that have an impact on business and eventually your ROI determination. Your efforts have to be measurable, but what are the right metrics to track? As you may have heard, data is the new oil. It's the modern gold rush because the right data allows you to make informed, factual decisions. The importance of this is highlighted across every single industry. Learning companies know that tracking the right information is not only about gaining indicators of course progress and completions, it's about the vantage point that provides insights into performance, knowledge shortfalls, and training delivery accuracy. It's about measuring behavioral changes. Take Kirkpatrick's model of evaluation into account. Wouldn't it be nice to have a real-time lens on these types of metrics that you can compare with other operational data sets within your business? Training intelligence gives you just that. This analysis is used to understand learner behavior, the way they want to learn, the learning nodes traversed, and how to elevate training efficacy. These cues are used to create effective learning paths that enable learners to learn, practice, obtain feedback, and remediation in the best possible way. Reskilling and upskilling and the approach to skills-based talent management. In recent years, we've started to see a focus shift in the way companies manage skills-based talent. This really refers to the process of identifying, developing, and leveraging the skills and abilities of employees to meet the current and future needs of an organization in today's business environment. Continuous innovation and agility are strategic imperatives. It's super unrealistic to accept the status quo. In honesty, it has been this way for a while. To enable agility and maintain competitiveness, organizations must shift from the understanding of the unit of work in terms of being fixed, static jobs to reimagining it in terms of a dynamic landscape of skills that can be deployed to work as it continuously evolves. In the new world of work, workers are valued and rewarded for the skills and how they apply them to create organizational value rather than for their job title, managerial level, or educational degree. It's a way to informationally architect a human-centric future by understanding what the workforce brings to the table today and proactively equipping them for success tomorrow. We've always relied on jobs as the building block of our talent processes. Think about talent strategies in organizations today. Compensation is based on job roles. HR systems are configured around job functions. CVs and job analysis are used in the hiring process. And succession pipelines are built around filling jobs. So what's the problem with that? Well, jobs are not easily changed, nor are they developed with organizational outcomes in mind. Jobs are designed to support bureaucracy, structure, standardization, and efficiency. Simply stated, jobs are developed agnostic of talent and take a cold, calculated view of employees as simple clogs to fill the voids in organizational charts. Shifting this mindset to create upskilling and reskilling accessible makes work better for humans and humans better at work. Learning experience platforms. Learning in 2023 is about experience and personalized continuous learning journeys. This may pose a threat to legacy-based LMS systems, with the dawn of the LXP continually gaining ground as the new platform to adopt. LXP systems have a key set of capabilities. It places the learner at the center, and training is no longer a top-down or bureaucratic-driven process. Learners take control, steered by their own curiosity. An LMS is typically a standalone platform tracking e-learning activities. Although an LMS will still occupy a critical space in the e-learning ecosystem, that ecosystem is expanding. And LXP extends the learning opportunities and has added capabilities. It introduces more functionality. And with enhancements through LTIs and APIs, it's becoming more and more commonplace across platforms. You are able to integrate and plug in any enhancements very easily, be it for collaboration tools or performance or talent management systems, chatbots, classroom management systems. This now all integrates into one learning ecosystem under one roof. Learners often not even realizing they're accessing different tools codependently. Asynchronous social cohort-based learning leading to micro-credentials. What do we mean by asynchronous? In a traditional classroom-based setting, learning is often done in real time with students and the teacher present at the same time. This is known as synchronous learning, but with asynchronous learning, this timing is more flexible. Students can participate in the class at their own pace and on their own schedule, as long as they meet certain deadlines. Students are placed in small groups or cohorts where they can work together and collaborate on projects. This is a great way to build a sense of community and camaraderie among classmates, even though you may not be in the same physical location. In practice, here's an example of CBL. Each week, students are given a set of readings, videos, and other materials to review. Then they'll participate in online discussions and complete group projects. The idea is that students learn from each other as well as from the instructor and build a deeper understanding of the material. It creates flexibility within a learning journey that is recognized in an academic sense through micro-credentials. The goal of micro-credentials is to provide learners with a way to demonstrate their knowledge and skills quickly and easily to their employers, without the need for a traditional degree. This allows individuals to focus on building specific skills that are in high demand in the job market, rather than completing a full degree that might not be directly relevant to their career goals. They achieve this by completing a series of short focused lessons, activities, courses and modules, rather than a full degree program, and earn specialized certifications or badges. It's advent of AI, ChatGPT to provide instructional assistance. Unless you were living under a rock over the Christmas holidays, by now you've heard of ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT a simple question: how it could be used in instructional design. ChatGPT as a language model can be used in various ways. Some possible ways could include content creation. ChatGPT can be used to generate instructional content such as lesson plans, quizzes, and assessments, which save instructional designers a lot of time and effort. It can also be used to create dialogue generation and generate realistic and engaging dialogue for virtual tutors, simulations, and other interactive instructional materials. It could give personalized feedback to the learners based on their responses, which can improve the effectiveness of the instruction. It can also be introduced in the adaptive learning process, because it could generate adaptive learning paths based on learning progress, which can ensure that learners are challenged at the appropriate level, that the instruction is tailored to meet their needs. It can also be used for language translation. ChatGPT can be used to translate different materials into different languages, making it more accessible for learners who speak different languages. It can be used to generate summaries of instructional content, which can help learners review and retain important information. I think it is worth noting that AI and ChatGPT aren't a replacement for human instruction, but rather an enhancement tool. I'm certain instructional designers and L&D professionals will use it by automating repetitive and time-consuming tasks, allowing us to focus on the more creative and strategic aspects of our instructional process. That's where the real magic will be made. The shift in content authoring tools and the tools we're using, or Synthesia, to create content in a matter of minutes, as opposed to grueling over infographics and making video content that takes hours to produce for similar results. This facility doesn't seem to have tied in with the increase of the use of virtual and augmented learning experiences, but I suspect this will avail itself in time. More inclusivity and accessibility based on the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. WCAG, or Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, have been around for a while. In fact, the guidelines are already on version 2.2, with version 3 fast approaching. Of course, you want to allow accessibility for everyone. There are learners with disabilities, learners with English as a second language, and not to mention the different mediums that cater for our preferred learning styles. The challenge has been catering to everyone in their preferred mode. E-learning programs will make use of closed captions, voiceovers, alternative text, speech-to-text, and many other mediums in order to reach as many learners as possible. The WCAG provides some tools and roadmaps to assist in making content accessible. The technology has improved enough to allow learners more options to consume their learning materials in the way that suits them best. Integrated hybrid learning. We've all heard of blended learning and virtual instructor-led learning. 2020 was the year for virtual instructors. I mean, if you weren't teaching remotely during COVID, were you even remotely teaching? Everyone who's ever taught online has had to make this first leap into a brave new virtual world, creating, tweaking, and reinventing your approach along the way. The good news is that you can benefit from all of those lessons learned. You should take stock of the fact that moving your course online means you're able to lift restrictions surrounding location and time. Learners can also engage with your content anytime, anywhere. We'll see more and more hybrid-based instructional approaches. With the multitude of available tools in an e-learning environment, you're able to cater to many learning styles, such as visual, auditory, reading and writing, verbal, hands-on, and more. I like to refer to this as FACT: visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and tactile. In order to facilitate a more meaningful interaction compared to a traditional blended pedagogical approach, utilizing a hybrid approach combining VILT while collaborating through other mediums within e-learning simultaneously will be adopted far more. Tools like Kahoot, and others help to keep things fun for both classroom and online attendees. At its core, performance plans are tailored around knowledge, capability, skill, and mastery, as well as the enablement of capacity of individuals. These are the characteristics I would consider are the traditional building blocks of learning and development functions. And keeping yourself informed on current industry trends is a good way to ensure you create didactically sound and pedagogically effective learning experiences that are designed for impact. I hope you found these trends informative. Try not to be redundant and keep the emergency solutions put in place a few years ago as you develop your strategic L&D charter for the year ahead. Stay tactical with your delivery. As L&D, your role is vital to the success of your company. You shouldn't consider in any way that you do not form part of your company's strategy for growth. In fact, you are central to it. If there is any one thing you should take away from this, it's to always keep the learner in mind. Create relevant, inspirational learning journeys that really equip your learners and help them improve. Make it fun and engaging while keeping it fit for purpose. I believe in growing people and nurturing people, and so should your organization. Nurturing your employees should be part of your business culture, and it should be the backbone for business development and continuity. And remember, where boredom wins, learning fails. Thank you for watching.